my name is Sheila Hall. I am the Director of Real Estate Sales here for Deer Valley East Village. And it's really fun to be able to share how uniquely positioned Cormont is within this project. It has the distinct opportunity of actually kind of being the kind of quiet thing behind the scenes while we got these big brands like Four Seasons and Waldorf Astoria, and people are just eating up the opportunity to understand Cormont and everything that it is. So I started selling out here about 5 years ago. We first off started by selling the estate lots of Marcella. So there are 142 single-family home sites that we've actually sold out of almost 2 years ago. Started about 5 years ago. Anywhere from $2.3 million to $8 million just for the land. And then we've already sold one single-family home that was built by a spec developer for $18.4 million. Everybody actually considered that a pretty early low price. There's another one that's now on the market for $28 million. And we have about 27 homes under construction with another 25 or 26 in the design review committee. So by this time next year, there'll be close to 60 homes out of the 142, which is a huge testament to the confidence that people have within this village and everything that's happening here. So as I talk to all of the consumers, it's really fun to build the confidence for them and everything that's happening here and how we know that this is happening. What are the instigators behind it, where the finances are, the motivators, the public-private partnership component of what's happening here at East Village is pretty uncommon. So the state's involvement with issuing over $500 million worth of bonds on the project really does give a lot of confidence to the consumers. So there's just so many great stories to tell here on why this is just Deer Valley East Village is such a great place that everybody's going to want to be. As a collectively operated resort with 32 restaurants and 42 stores anchored by Cormont as core of the village, it's pretty exciting times. This building right here, we actually started selling it close to 4 years ago. It's been sold out for about 2 years. We had 55 private residences on the top 3 floors. Again, sold out as well. Four Seasons is about 50% sold out with an average price point of $3,500 per square foot. And then we are just starting to kind of bring the Waldorf Astoria at Deer Valley to the market, also with an average price point of $3,500 per square foot. So with Cormont at Deer Valley, we see ourselves with a really nice trajectory on our price increases. And it's very easy to help the consumer see where that's going based on what things in Deer Valley are currently selling for. Comparable property to Cormont is currently offered at and selling at $3,500 per square foot, where our final building is projected to average $3,000 a square foot in 18 months or so when we release Tower 3. So we know that even at that point, that should be a great perceived value and decent sales, keeping our momentum going, and yet is still a good number for the investment. So with as you can see, you guys probably have already seen the figures on Towers 1 and 5, with Cormont having 5 towers and how those sales have been going. I think we're about 85% sold in those 2 towers together. We just recently released Tower 2. About 14 or so sales in there. We'll look to launch Tower 4 with a price increase by the end of this year, and then Tower 3 will be about a year after that. So the Deer Valley East Village timeline will start to see a massive opening of this village in 2028. So with a lot of the Four Seasons opening, the Waldorf opening, we'll have several Cormont towers open at that time. And the Cormont being main floor commercial with the ice ribbon right there. So being able to be able to talk to the consumers and help them understand what this village is going to be is really just so exciting. And again, not just rainbows and unicorns. This is happening. We can obviously see all of this construction out there. Everybody's blown away by how fast the construction is moving along. So there's a lot of testaments as far as when we can talk about the financial vetting of this project. When we first started selling the estate lots almost 5 years ago, it was not a Deer Valley resort. We did not have a Hyatt relationship. We did not have a Four Seasons relationship, but we did not have a Waldorf Astoria Hilton relationship. So the Deer Valley organization is owned by a company called Altera, which is owned by KSL Partners and the Crown family. They deeply vetted this project, right? They made sure that this is something that they wanted to put their name on, and that they knew for sure that this was going to happen, that this village was going to come to life. They didn't want to operate 3,700 acres of ski terrain and this not be viable. So they obviously financially vetted the project, endorsed it, put their name on it, and then we saw the same thing. That same vetting came from the Hyatt Corporation, the Four Seasons, and the Hilton Corporation with Waldorf Astoria. So consumer confidence, there's very little reason to feel insecure for a consumer at this time, right? Because it's all been vetted. And our buyers are all very, very savvy. Quite a few people in the financial industry, obviously well-heeled with the price points that we are achieving today. We have reached $4,700 a square foot at Four Seasons. So it's a pretty much a record-breaking number for the state of Utah. And everything's just plugging along nicely.